Nagao, thank you ever so much for joining us and providing that insight there. We will continue to monitor the situation in the Gaza Strip, both diplomatically and on the ground. But we move on now as US President Donald Trump says he has ordered 2 nuclear submarines deployed in response to what he called highly provocative comments by former Russian President Dmitry Medvedev. Posting on Truth Social, Trump did not clarify whether the submarines were nuclear-powered or nuclear-armed, nor their locations, which remain classified. He warned that words have consequences, urging this not to be one of those instances. Medvedev, now deputy head of Russia's Security Council, recently criticised Trump's sanctions, threats and invoked the Cold War-era dead-hand nuclear system. He accused Trump of playing the ultimatum game and escalating risks of war with his own country. Meanwhile, in Ukraine, President Volodymyr Zelensky condemned what he called one of the most brutal Russian strikes on Kyiv this year. The multi-wave assault killed at least 31 people and wounded over 150, hitting residential buildings, businesses and a mosque. Over 300 drones and 8 missiles were launched in the attack, which Ukraine says had no military purpose. Well, with us to discuss both of these points is Dr. Satoru Nagao, a fellow at the Hudson Institute, joining us live from Tokyo, Japan. Dr. Nagao, as always, a pleasure to have you on the programme. 2 key points we need to look at here. First, of course, this moving of 2 potential nuclear, either loaded or nuclear-ready submarines of the US. Is this escalating towards Cold War-level tensions, do you think, or is this more rhetoric?
It's a good move to deter the escalation, I believe, even if it looks like escalation. Because we can remember what happened in the age of President Biden. That time, Russia intimidated the nuclear threat against Ukraine and the indirect threat to the NATO or United States. That time, President Biden said the nuclear war is not good, this is not good because no retaliation has happened from the US side. But in case of the Trump administration, this time Russia indicate some remark related with the war. Trump administration immediately replied to send 2 nuclear submarine means that this is a new policy based on the peace through strength. So that's why compare with the age of Biden, this is very strong. So this means that the strong America is back, at least on surface, and now the reality is also, I believe, but anyway, this is very strong policy, but effective policy, I believe.
Yes, and Dr. Nagao, very briefly, before we do move on, Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelensky talking about the strikes from Russia on Kyiv, saying that there's no seeming military target, slamming the moves and calling for further sanctions on Russia. Do you think that's actually realistic, given the strikes we've seen from Russia and a lack of global condemnation, really, to a larger scale, maybe from the EU, but Trump's rhetoric has not yet seen action? Do you think that could change?
In case of the recent Russia's attack to Ukraine, it's a massive scale but not so effective. Because where is the target is a little bit controversial, because many drones hit non-military target, and view from the military strategy, this is not effective. So that's why the Zelensky remark is like that, I believe. So Russia tried to create a mood, people in Ukraine feel the pressure. But at the same time, view from the military tactics, this is not effective. So Russia, in the past, gradually Russia is getting some small territory step by step, but still the Russia's military operation is not so effective militarily.
Dr. Nagao, please do stay with us. We will, of course, continue to bring you all the updates on the ongoing Russia-Ukraine